I remember in the second one-day versus West Indies, which was a series right after England, that I felt a slight pain in my back. I was 21 then. I didn't really know my body well enough. I thought it's just like a bit of stiffness and stuff like that. But then I was really seething with pain. So finally, the physio sent me into a CT scan, and it happened that I had a stress fracture. So totally, I had a collection of 8 stress fractures in my back. Now, I was born and brought up in a place called Jamshedpur, which is also known as Steel City in Jharkhand. I come from a sporting background. My mom played basketball for the state. My granddad played hockey for the state. My dad used to play cricket when he was younger. So there was a lot of sports in my family already, and the person who introduced me into cricket was obviously my dad. He loved the West Indian fast bowling of the 70s and the 80s, and I remember as a kid we used to watch what was called the CALYPSO classics, which used to come on TV back then, and I used to really love the sight of Andy Roberts and Michael Holding steam in and bowl those bouncers and send those wickets cartwheeling. That was something which really appealed to me. And then even the stories of my dad, he used to tell me about him bowling fast, and he would injure a few batsmen sometimes, and how he would get wickets. So I always thought that I could emulate that going ahead. But funnily enough, I always liked to bat when I was a kid, because that's the easiest thing to do. Every kid is a batsman before they become a bowler. So yeah, I used to basically be my dad's stress buster after his office hours. He used to just come and bowl thunderbolts at me. He used to sometimes hit me on my head. Once I remember, he bowled a bouncer. I drove him. I must have been 7. I drove him, and then next ball he bowled this bouncer, and then we were playing with a proper cricket ball. The ball hit my head and went into the neighbor's apartment. And my mom was watching from top, and she gave him a proper sounding. So yeah, those were my beginnings. It was always tough with my dad. He was never easy on me, but obviously that was good, because I always expected more out of myself. Played for the state under 15 side. So the first year I played for Jharkhand in the under 15s. I was 14 back then. So we used to have TRDOs, Talent Research Development Officers, back in the day, looking at the junior cricket. So I was referred to the MRF Pace Foundation to go for a trial from one of the TRDOs. And then I went there. I looked at all these fast bowlers from all over India who had come for the trials, like 6'4", 5", and I was like, man, I obviously don't stand a chance here. But I was like, I've come so far, taken a 2-day train from Jamshedpur to Chennai. I was like, I might as well give it a go. So yeah, I gave it a go, and I just bowled as quick as I could when I was 14. And I was really, really lucky to get picked up by Dennis Lee back then. And then I just started a journey which shaped my career in a big way. Just listening to Dennis talk about the way he went about his career, and the way he came back from a career-threatening stress fracture, only to, back then I never knew that I would face similar challenges going ahead, but just listening to him, it just laid a foundation of work ethic, which I could have never had if I wasn't at the MRF Pace Foundation. So Dennis and T.A. Shekhar were key in those years. Growing up, just understanding my body, getting fitter, knowing the importance of a work ethic and training and stuff like that to bowl fast. Then gradually, after 4 years in the Pace Foundation, then after playing the under-19s, I was in the India under-19 camp. And then after my first year of Ranji Trophy, we happened to play the Vijay Hazare finals, and we won it that year. And in the finals, I bowled the fastest ball by an Indian. Which obviously grabbed a lot of attention, and I had a good Vijay Hazare trophy as well. No, I never knew how fast I bowled. As it was, like in the semi-finals, when I bowled my first ball, it was at 144 or something. The camera crew, they called the production team, and they were like, there's something wrong with the speed gun. and then I bowled 148, and they were like, man, there's something definitely wrong. That day passed, everybody thought that something wrong with the speed gun, so they fixed it. And then after a day, the final was there, and then I was just really pumped up that day because, I mean, as a team, Jharkhand, we don't play too many finals, you know. And like it was always a dream as a kid to play against like the bigger teams, and we used to never get to play against the bigger teams because we were always in plate. So here comes the finals. I was like, I still remember I was really pumped up, and I bowled at 153 that day. And then I mean, it caused a lot of curiosity from all over India. Yeah, I remember the delivery. Yeah, funnily enough. And then after that, I played the other trophy. I got 5 there, and then I got another 5 in Australia with the India A side. And eventually, in 4 months' time, I found myself playing from Jharkhand into the Indian team in England, which was it was unbelievable. I still remember the moment I got that call from Kasi sir, who was the secretary back then. He called and said that you're in the Indian team, and my parents were in tears. My sister was overly joyed. She was quite little then, and it was like a dream come true for me. So I went to England, played. I didn't get a game in that tour, but when I came back to India, I made my test and my one-day debut in Wankhede. When I got to England, a lot of the senior players were not playing the one-days. They'd taken a break from the test series because they had a really tough test series, and a lot of them weren't playing. So when I went into the team, there were a lot of familiar faces like Jaddu and Jinx and all these guys who had played a little cricket with. But then when I went into the test team after we got back from England, when I went into the bus the first day, it was like I was walking into a different galaxy. There was like VVS Lakshman, there was Sehwag, there was Gautam Gambhir, there was Sachin, there was Rahul Dravid, there was everybody, and I was like, oh my god. Then I felt like, okay, I've done something in life now to be in this bus. Yeah, that was crazy. Getting into the testing was really intense, and yeah, basically that was my journey to the Indian team. I made my one-day and test debut for India, and I had a really good one-day and test debut. And then I was immediately picked to go to Australia. The next series was the Australia series. And I remember in the second one-day versus West Indies, which was a series right after England, that I felt a slight pain in my back, and I was 21 then. I didn't really know my body well enough. I thought it's just like a bit of stiffness and stuff like that. But then the next game, I was really seething with pain. So finally, the physio sent me into the doctors to take a CT scan, and it happened that I had a stress fracture. And then eventually, I couldn't make it to the Aussie tour, which was really disheartening because as a young fast bowler, like the one place you want to always go to is Australia, and to not make it on that tour was a bit of a blow. But then I was still really happy to play for the country and stuff like that. And I always believed in myself that I'll make, and that belief was there throughout. That was actually my third stress fracture. I had 2 when I was younger, and after that I had 4 more, and then I had a surgery in between and stuff like that. So totally, I had a collection of 8 stress fractures in my back, which obviously, I've played professional cricket now 10 years, but if I actually count the number of years I've actually played around 5 years in that. So it's that's something which really breaks your momentum when you're doing well. When you're doing well, you want to carry on playing, and you don't want that momentum to be broken. And it has broken in quite a few instances throughout my career. To be honest, though I've turned 30, I mentally feel I'm 26 because I haven't. My body is not. It didn't let me play cricket in those years when I should have been playing a lot of cricket. So that's the positive out of it, and it's obviously taught me a lot of things as to how important the other aspects of life are, not just cricket. I feel the basis of it all is to just believe in yourself, because once you've broken your back 8 times and you have a screw holding your back together, you might just lose heart in between that journey. But I feel that you just got to be really resilient, and the big part of it, I'm not going to say that I did it all by myself. My family's been, I've got a really good family. I've been blessed with a great dad, mom, sister, grandmother, grandfather, and my aunts and uncles, and obviously my few close friends who've always been there for me. And not just that, I mean, I've had MRF Pace Foundation to always fall back upon. So I've just had a place to go to train. The physios at the NCA have been like so instrumental in getting me fit time and time again. And coaches like Subroto Banerjee, Dennis Lilly, T.A. Shekhar. I mean, I'll be indebted to them forever because they've actually taken out a lot of time for me from their daily lives to just make me a better bowler and to make me achieve my dream. See, I feel that everybody is here because they have a purpose, and if God has given you a talent, I feel you must try and fulfill that talent because I feel everybody is unique and everybody is special in a way. The thing is that you just got to recognize that and believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else is going to believe in you. That's what I really feel, which is one of the things which has always kept me going and see me come out of setbacks. So yeah, I mean it's really simple. It's just about how much you believe in yourself and how far you are willing to go and how far you are willing to push your boundaries to achieve what you want to achieve. My dad is still not satisfied. He's like, man, you can do so much more, and I completely, in a silent way, agree with him. Though at his face, I really disagree. I'm like, dude, come on, man, you've got to be a little soft on me. But I still haven't achieved what I set out to, and I will only be satisfied and be at peace once I achieve the goals I have in mind. But my mom's pretty cool. She just wants me to come home without injuries and have a food. That's what she wants.